Hey, welcome back everybody. Just wanted to do a quick game review, actually more of a how to play, but on Bohnanza, to bean or not to bean. This is a game by Uwe Rosenberg. He's actually made some pretty big, big games for sure. And if I recall from reading online, this is one of the games that he came up with when he was still in college. So it's been around for a little bit for sure, and it plays pretty easily once you get a hang of it. And I don't know, let's get started. So basically, you start with a really big deck right here of cards. They're all going to have beans in them. So let me just flip over a couple just so you can see what they're all about. These ones I didn't really shuffle from before, so there's probably going to be a bunch of the same kind of card. Here we go. So let's try this. So basically, the things to look at when you're looking at the cards, obviously it's going to have the name of the bean on the top, coffee bean. It's going to have a little photo so you can see exactly what you're looking at. This one right here is a wax bean. And the cool thing is you're trying to make sets. So if you have a coffee bean, you want to get more of them, and I'll explain kind of how the turns go. And then down here it tells you if you have this many coffee beans, you get 1 gold coin. You have this many, you get 2 gold coins. You have this many, you get 3 gold coins. And then you'll see how the values are a little bit different. It really depends on the rarity of the card. Right here it also tells you how many of that card are in the deck. So there's 24 of these, so they're pretty common. There's 22 of these. I'm sure there's others in here that are not as common, like this one right here, the green bean. There's only 14 on the deck, so you only need 3 to get some sort of coins. And this is one of those games where you're basically trying to play, and then when you finish, it's whoever has the most coins that wins. So let's throw these back on the deck here, just for now, and then we'll show you. I've already dealt 5 cards, which is what you start with, and then we have 5 cards here. Okay, so you start, and I guess the most important rule, other than the actual gameplay and the order of how you play the game, the most important rule is when you get your cards, you can never change the order that they're in. So we got some of these that are upside down, so that's okay. So basically, let's say I start, correct? I'm just going to put them this way just so you can see all the cards, but we'll keep them in the same order that they're in. So the first thing that you do in your turn is you plant the bean. And in your possession, in your side here, you start with 2 columns, so 2 fields, and that's where you can plant your beans. So the first thing that you do in your turn, okay, is you take the first card and you plant it. Doesn't matter what you have planted already. Doesn't matter if it matches. If it doesn't match, you have to plant it. If it doesn't match, then you're going to have to rip up your fields, one of your fields, to be able to put that there. So just something to think about, but let's just kind of continue the turn. So that's what you do. You plant it, okay? Second thing you do is you flip over 2 cards from the market, and that's what you have. Now, both of these cards from the market have to be played this turn. They cannot go back in your hand. They have to be planted wherever they go. And this is the part that I think is also really fun in the game, is you can talk to the other players and you can trade. So I can say, hey, I can give you one of these if you give me a card from your hand. Whatever you trade for, though, that also has to be planted on your turn. So every card that is played in your turn needs to be planted somewhere. So in this case, this is a really easy choice since I already have coffee bean. I'm just going to take them both, and they go there. So now my field has 3. Okay. So now what you can do in your next phase is you can play a second card from your hand if you want to. Now I have this one here. Doesn't match these guys here. So it's really not much to do in this turn. I mean, I could donate it to somebody. So the donation goes, I can donate to any of the other players, okay? or any of the other players can donate with me. They cannot donate with each other. You can only donate to the player whose turn it is, unless you are that player, and then you can donate to anybody else. It does have to be approved. It can be denied, so you can't just donate and they take it. Like, they have to agree to it. So let's just, but I'm not gonna play a second card from my hand on this turn. So that's it. So we'll just leave it like that. And now I'm gonna take 2 cards. I'm gonna put these underneath. So I grab that one last, so I'll put that underneath, and I'll put the rest of this stack on top of it. Okay, so this is still the first card in my hand. So now it's this player's turn, and he's going to do the exact same thing. And that's why I'm saying the gameplay is very, very easy. You're just playing, you're automatically playing the first card in your hand. So he's going to put that down to plant it. We're going to reveal what the market has to offer, which, like I said, I didn't shuffle these cards, unfortunately, before we started this. So he's basically going to do the same thing. He's going to plant those 2, but he is going to play the second card from his hand and do the 2 fields. So now he has 2 fields. Okay, pretty easy. Okay, now this is where it comes back to this player here, to me. I'm going to plant this one because I have to. Okay, and that's the first card in my hand, and I'm going to reveal 2 cards from the market. So let's see what's on there. Alright, that's probably a really bad example of the game because they don't come out like this, but that's okay. So I'm going to put these 2 cards here. Okay, now if you can see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you only need a 4 minimum to get 1 gold coin. So that means that if I wanted to and I harvested this, I would pull it up and I'd put it aside and just making sure that I keep 1 gold coin. And you'll see that the back of the card is a gold coin. So you can do that. So I'm actually going to do that because I know that my next cards have nothing to do with this. So I'm going to harvest this. So you basically discard the rest of your cards that you have, and then you're going to keep 1 gold coin next to you so you can just keep score. And so also, just to clarify, when you're harvesting, you can harvest at any point of your turn. So it can be before you place that first card, you can do it after you do that, you can do it after you look at the market. You can harvest whenever you like. So I already played this card, and we already got the 2 from the market, so I would like to play a second card. So that's that. And I grab 2 more. And I'm making sure that everything's in the same thing. Alright, now we're over here, and now we have a little bit of a dilemma because we didn't trade, we didn't do anything, and now we have to play this card, which is a soybean. So I didn't negotiate, I didn't do anything, so now I'm kind of stuck. So this has to be planted, and the rule is that you have to rip up the field that has the most. So this one has 3 in it, so this is the one that I would have to rip up to make room for the new card. So I'll put that there, which kind of stinks, but who knows, maybe if I get a second one, I'll get a coin. I don't know why these are all fit in that direction, so I'm actually, let me see, hold on. I'm going to toss those because they looked, alright, so we're going to play these 2 from the market to see what's in the market. And now, there's an interesting choice. So now this is a good situation because they both only have 1. So if you do have to rip one up, it can be either one because there is no, there is none with more value or more cards than the other. So this is really nice here. So you're looking at your cards here, right? And your next card is this one. So it makes sense to rip this guy up and plant these 2. And then you can go and play the second card from your hand right there. Boom, not a bad play at all. And then you're going to take 2 cards. And this one goes on top because I was there before. And basically that's it. But now you can see that on your next turn, you're going to have to play this card first. So you're going to have to do something here. Luckily, this guy only requires 2 to harvest. So if push comes to shove, you can harvest this, get your point, and then play that card on your next turn. And then this guy here, he has a garden, so I mean a green bean, which is easy. You could play that, look and see what the market puts out, and then just keep going. So I'm just going to play it real quick, okay? So you're playing the first card. Now you're getting 2 from the market, and see what you have to do with that. And not much you can do there. And you really don't want to rip these guys up because you do have more cards here to play. Although you do have a wax bean coming up. So, it's a tough one. This one's going to get you more coins too, because you only need 3, versus this one you're going to need 4 of. So this is one of those where you might want to negotiate, and maybe you can convince the other guys to take these. So who knows? So maybe this guy is dying to get points. So he goes, okay, I'm going to harvest these 2 and keep the 1 coin, and I'm going to take both of these, just to help you out. So sometimes you are going to do that. You're going to just do stuff to help each other out. And this guy's going to play the second card from the hand, and ba-down. And now this guy's actually in a little bit of a pickle because he can't harvest either one, and he has this sitting there. So I haven't taken any cards yet, so maybe this guy donates. Nope, that doesn't even work either. So yeah, it can get a little tricky because you always have to think one move ahead. And you always want to make sure that whatever you're going to have in your hand to play next turn is going to benefit you. If not, you're going to get in this situation where you're stuck and you're going to have to tear up one of these. And that's never fun because now you're starting from scratch to build a field to be able to get money. So you basically just go back and forth, back and forth. You play your first card, get 2 from the market. Okay, figure out where you want to plant those, if you want to donate them or keep them yourself. Then you can play a second card from your hand if you choose to. Once that's done, you just grab 2 from the pile, and it's the other person's turn. It's a really fun game. People get really into it because they need to trade, they need to donate in order to get cards that benefit them in the right order. So it does become very interactive, depending on if people want to help each other or not. It can make the game drag on a little bit. But that's okay. It is a 2 to 7 player game. It doesn't get too long with 7 players because so many more cards are used. So I would say with more players, it probably only adds another like 10 to 15 minutes because you will go through the deck quicker with more people playing. And usually you just play it to the end of the deck, and then you add up your points and see who wins. So really simple. Hopefully it made sense, and definitely check it out. Most people, once they get a hang of it, really enjoy it, and it gets people to wake up a little bit and actually talk instead of just sitting there. And I like that. It gets you talking and trying to make little moves and make little trades, and having a poker face definitely helps. Thanks for watching.